What she did made me struggle with my mental health every day. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. My 33M wife, 32F, and I have been together since we were 17 years old. We have been married for almost 14 years and together as a couple for 16 years. We are blessed to have 3 kids, a house, and a dog. I work in a government-run psychiatric hospital, and I have been working there for 11 years. My work is great and it has provided a decent life for us. I was in a couple of severe motor vehicle accidents. The first was in 2015 when I was rear-ended while at a stop. A 16-year-old girl slammed into my Camry going 45 miles per hour and she was in an 8-passenger van. My airbag never deployed. She hit me so hard that I hit the car in front of me, jumped the curb and went another 14 feet before hitting a tree and stopped. My head went into the steering wheel, my airbags never deployed and I passed out. When I woke up, firemen were cutting me out of my car, my knees got buried in the dash. This was my first traumatic brain injury. Fast forward, I had 3 surgeries from that accident and recovered. 1.5 years later I was with my former best friend. He lost control of his truck and we were going 80 miles per hour. We flipped 3 times and landed with my side of the truck suspended in the air. In that accident I really should have died. It is a miracle I am still here. I crushed 4 vertebrae in my spine and fractured my sternum. I crushed my right shoulder, deflated 1 lung, and had a really bad brain bleed. The second accident really messed up my brain. I was diagnosed with a grade 3 TBI. I had to learn how to speak properly again. I was in immense pain and as a result of using opiates from the multiple surgeries I became massively addicted to them. I ate them like candy to kill the pain. It took a toll on my marriage and my relationship with my kids. I became a monster. I pushed my wife to a place where she said it is either your pain meds or your family. I chose my family and I have been clean off of opiates for 4 years, 5 months, and 7 days. The opiate abuse really hurt my wife. While I was recovering from the surgeries she created a separate IG account for self-portraits. She is a photographer and a model, and began receiving a ton of attention on IG from different men. My wife is absolutely stunning and always has received attention since she was a teenager. Mind you, we have been married for almost 14 years now. I struggle with insecurity because I feel so stupid. I was a collegiate honors scholar studying medicine. Now I cannot remember the plans each day. I repeat myself in some conversations because I can't remember who I have spoken to about what. I used to be 6 tall and I lost 2 inches in height from crushing my spine. But the worst thing I experienced was the brain injury. It really took my self-confidence completely away. So we hit a rough patch in life and in these past 5 years. My wife is on a journey finding herself outside of being a mother and a wife. I didn't like it at first because of the whole IG thing, but I know now I need to encourage her to be her own person. So she could have her own identity. I learned through therapy that I need to work on that too. I can't only be a husband and father. There is more to me than that. We have had a rough year in 2020. All 3 kids were at home because COVID, I was telecommuting because of it too and we were all around each other too much. My wife made some decisions that really hurt me and completely destroyed my trust in her. This past summer she had a day off just to herself. She headed over to her ex-brother-in-law's house to watch a movie by herself and did not tell me. She was there from about 8 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. and did not get home till 3 a.m. I confronted her about it the next day and she said literally nothing happened. They just watched a couple of movies and caught up on life and were talking. Fast forward to this year, like I said, we have had some gnarly fights and she asked me for a separation and move out temporarily because my anger is scaring the kids and her. We went to my psychiatrist and talked with her about everything. She stated separating right now may do you both good for just a month. Doc said we need to make the best decisions with the least impact on the kids. So I moved in with my boss. He is a psychiatrist and has a mansion house. During our separation my wife went out to the Cheesecake Factory by herself for alone time again, except she was not alone. A guy from the church that we grew up with met her there, paid for both of their dinners and hung out there for a couple hours. I personally see this as a date, she does not. She sees it as catching up with an old friend. He flirted with her and she flirted back. A couple weeks later she made plans to go over to see her girlfriends to watch a movie. I was very upset because she left our kids home alone at 9:30 p.m. I tried calling and texting my wife and there was no response. I checked our security cameras and I caught her trying to leave. She had disarmed the cameras thinking I would not know. Something in my gut told me she was not going to see her girlfriend. She is going over to a man's house. I called over and over with no answer until she responded with a text of "I don't want to talk." I was pissed and texted, "Where are you going, leaving our kids home alone on a school night at 9:30 p.m.? Our kids are 13, 10, and 6. If you want to go out, please tell me so I can come watch them." I asked again and again if she was really going over to her friend's house and not a guy's house. She said yes, but I knew the truth in my heart. She got pissed off at me because I said I was uncomfortable with her leaving the kids, so she turned around and went back home. I checked the cameras live until I saw the truck park in my driveway. I downloaded the footage to my phone of her leaving and coming back. I asked her many times if she was really going to see her girlfriend or if it was some guy's house that I don't know about. She denied anything like that and was upset with me accusing her of doing something like that. The next day I said we needed to talk. I left work early and met her at a park to confront her again. There was a lot of fighting and finally I told her to not make me a fool. I don't want to be an idiot and find out in a counseling session that she was really going to see some man or that she is already with someone else. She finally admitted to it and that she was going over to one of her guy friends' house to watch a movie, at 9:30 p.m. at night. It was the same guy she went to the Cheesecake Factory with. I lost it, completely lost it. I have never cried or screamed so hard in my life. I was ready to blow my brains out just to not feel the pain. She claimed again that nothing happened, she never even made it to his house. I said I am done, I want to sell the house and I am going to kick rocks. You figure out where you are going with the kids and I will pay you child support before the divorce even begins. She apologized profusely, stating she never meant to hurt me. She just wanted to see a friend to hang out and that our whole marriage she has only ever been faithful to me and never has had sex with anyone else. I am hurt because she admitted to her date with him at the Cheesecake Factory and that he flirted with her and she flirted back. She said it was harmless. But when he said she was beautiful, she responded, "Oh yeah. I know I am." She would do the same thing on IG to guys messaging her about how they want to marry her, give her gifts, be her sugar daddy, etc. She admitted to all of this and I said, "If you really want me to stay, either I move back in today or I am done." So I moved back in. We are trying to make it work, but I am honestly struggling with my confidence and self-esteem. I desire to only be with her, but the way she has been acting and living a single life is destroying me. Our therapist and psychiatrist wants us to stop talking about the past. I feel that it is not fair that I am not allowed to ask any more questions on this. Every time I bring this topic up, her story has not changed. If she did cheat on me, I don't think she will tell me. She said at the park how afraid she is of me hurting or killing myself or hurting her, even the kids. She said she kept this stuff hidden from me because she was afraid of my reaction. I never did hurt myself that day, nor did I hurt anyone else. I have so much hatred in my heart towards that guy. She texted him stating it was inappropriate of her going over to see him at night because she is trying to work things out with her husband. He said, "I did not realize you were working things out. I was confused because you said you were done and he moved out. I would have preferred you kept my name out of this, but it's too late for that." My wife claims she never told him she was done with me and that she really was only going to watch a movie with him. It makes me so upset because this guy was a client of hers. She took photos of him with his boys. Turns out the dude is divorced and I am positive he was looking to sleep with her when she was going over that night. I know what his intentions were, but again my wife argues it was just catching up with a friend. It is taking everything inside me to not talk to him directly. I am struggling with my mental health. I have such bad anxiety and stress that I'm having tons of nightmares. I wake up every few hours completely drenched in sweat. My psychiatrist tells me my blood pressure is through the fucking roof even though I am laying down trying to sleep. I have thought about deleting my social media to keep this out of sight, out of mind, but I don't trust her enough to do that either. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.